Hello, welcome. It's Annie here at Donaldson, all by my lonesome, praying that technology is going to work for this entire 50 minutes. But we're here to do a fusion class together. So that's like the poses from Hot 26, but I've put them in a flow style. So find your mat space, get ready. I linked a playlist up on Instagram. I'll make sure to send it when we put the video up in YouTube so that if you're watching it on Facebook, you can have that playlist if you want to play it back later. So we're going to come to our mat and find child's pose. So that's knees on the mat, big toes touching, forehead on the mat, fingers in front of you. Just taking a moment to settle here. Maybe doing a quick scan of your body. Noticing if there are areas of tension and tightness. Maybe noticing if there are areas that you need to pay attention to. From this place right here, just take a little side body stretch. Take your hands over to the right. Maybe take your forehead that direction. Maybe take your left hand, slide it on top of your right. Maybe your left hip pushes back toward your left heel. Maybe there's some extra space between your ribs on the left side. Take your hands, bring them back through center. Take your hands, walk them over to the left. So again, maybe forehead slides in that same direction. Maybe you stack your right hand on top of your left. Maybe your right hip pushes back towards your right heel. Bring your hands back to the center of your space. Maybe stretch your fingers towards the top of your mat. Create a little more length through your arms, through your spine. And on your next inhale, find tabletop. So lift hips away from heels. Shift your body forward in space. Place your hands under your armpits, your hips over your knees. And when you look down between your legs, you shouldn't see your toes because toes are straight back from your knees. We're going to move through the spine with some cows and cats. So as you inhale, let your tailbone tip up. Belly drop a little, chest slide through, eye gaze forward, maybe eye gaze up. And then as you exhale, press away from the ground, tailbone down, belly in, chin into chest, round your spine. As you inhale, cow pose, tailbone up, belly drops, chest slides through, eyes go forward. As you exhale, press away, tailbone down, spine round, belly in, chin to chest. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. One more, cow. And cat. Come right back, find that tabletop position. Send some weight over to your left hand, and as you inhale, take your right arm up to the ceiling. As you exhale, thread the needle, take your right arm behind your left. Lay your right shoulder, the right side of your head to the ground. You can leave your left hand exactly where it is. You could take your left hand, walk it towards the top of your mat. You could take your left hand, sweep it across your low back, and reach for your right hip crease. Wherever your left hand traveled to, bring it back down to the ground close to your right arm. Press through your palm. Inhale, unthread, right arm goes up. Exhale, right hand comes down. Send that weight over to your right hand. And as you inhale, take the left arm, reach it up. And then exhale, thread the needle on this side, left arm behind your right. Left shoulder, left side of the head down. And then again, you get to decide. Right hand can stay. Right hand can walk forward. Right hand can sweep across your low back. Wherever your right hand traveled to, bring it back down to the ground. Press through your right palm, inhale, unthread your left arm, reach it up. Exhale, left hand comes back down to the ground. You're back in your tabletop. Take those hands, walk them about a palm print forward. Spread your fingers wide, tuck your toes, lift your hips, start to straighten your legs, downward facing dog. And maybe here you move. So maybe bend the knees right and left. Maybe send the hips from side to side. Maybe just focus on creating this strong triangle-like shape with your body. Let your heels reach towards the ground. Push through your strong arms. See if you can send your chest closer to your thighs. Take a big breath in here. Take a big breath out here. And as you inhale, take your eyes up to your hands. And then tiptoe your feet up to meet your hands, land in a forward fold or a big ragdoll. So feet close together, feet wide, whatever your preference is. Put a big bend in your knees and just let go of the weight of your upper body. Fingertips could stay on the ground. You could reach for opposite elbows. Maybe sway from side to side. Gently release any grip that you've taken. Keep this bend in your knees, pull your belly in, chin into your chest, and slowly roll yourself up to standing. Restack your spine one vertebrae at a time. Your head comes up very last. When you get all the way up there, maybe roll out the shoulders a couple times. And find that comfortable place to stand. So maybe the feet stay where you've placed them. Maybe those feet heel toe in a little closer. Just feel like you can spread your weight evenly across both feet. Push down through your feet, and on your next inhale, take your arms and reach them up. Right hand will gently grab your left wrist. As you inhale, get really tall. Exhale, push your hips to the left, reach up and over to the right. Create this big side body bend, a half moon shape. Root down through your heels. Feel that stretch along the left side. Next inhale, bring your body back to center. Switch your grip. So left hand takes your right wrist. Inhale, you get really tall. Exhale, right hip over. Body goes left. So again, really rooting down through the heels and reaching out through the fingertips. Inhale, bring your body back through center. Split your grip. And as you exhale, cactus the arms and lift your heart up. Take a little back bend. Inhale, reach up really tall. Exhale, take a fold. Maybe that bend comes back to your knees, hands come down to the ground. Fingers can stay on the ground, or maybe they start to travel up your shins. Next inhale, half lift. Shoulders up to the height of your hips, crown of the head reaches forward. Take a breath in. As you exhale, fold over your legs, plant your hands. Inhale, step back, high plank. So one foot steps back, other foot steps back. Shoulders over your wrists, heels over your toes, super strong body. One long line from the crown of your head back to your heels, push the ground away. Take one more big breath in, maybe send the shoulders a little more forward. As you exhale, elbows bend straight back, lower your whole body down to the ground. So when you come down to the ground, hands are under your shoulders, elbows pop up. Tops of the feet pressed into the mat. Inhale, cobra pose, peel your ribs away from the ground. Exhale, lower your body. Inhale, another cobra, big inhale, peel up. Exhale, lower down. Hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes, pull your belly in, and on your inhale, you decide how much you want to work. Push up to tabletop or high plank. Inhale, push. Exhale, hips go up and back. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in here. Take a breath out here. Inhale, take your eyes to the top of your mat space. Exhale, all the air out. And then travel. Take a walk, take lots of steps, take a couple steps, get to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. We go from the top. Inhale, big reach all the way up and over. Right hand takes your left wrist, arms straight. Exhale, body goes to the right. Inhale, back through center, switch your grip. Exhale, body goes to the left. Inhale, back through center, split your grip. Exhale, cactus your arms, lift your heart. Inhale, big reach up. Exhale, fold, hands come down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold over your legs, plant your hands. Inhale, high plank, step back into it. Lower your body on an exhale, go all the way, or maybe this time stop halfway. Inhale, take that cobra again, or maybe thighs off the ground, up dog, shoulder blades to your spine. Exhale, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Inhale, eyes to the top of your mat space. Exhale, all the air out. Travel. Walk, step, hop. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Right hand, left wrist. Exhale, body right. Inhale, reach up. Switch your grip. Exhale, body left. Inhale, reach up. Split your grip. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Start that trip back to downward facing dog. Know that you can piece it together however you want. Even if that means that you skip the whole thing, we just meet back in downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Take a big breath out. Inhale, eyes to the top of your mat. Exhale, all the air out. Travel. When you get to the top, inhale, find a half lift. Exhale, fold over your legs. And then heel toe your feet apart about hips width distance. 2 fists between your big toes, put a bend in your knees, pull your belly in, roll yourself up to standing. When you get all the way up, maybe pick up those shoulders, roll them out, and then take your arms, reach them out in front of you, parallel to the ground, palms face down. Really active arms, reach towards the front of whatever space you're in. Pull your belly up and in, inhale, reach the crown of your head up, and as you exhale, send the weight back into your heels, sit down.
teeny tiny little chair. So if you're familiar with Hot 26, this is awkward pose. And if you're not familiar with Hot 26, it's like a really low squat. Tailbone reaches towards the back of your space, fingertips reach forward. You find a low chair, and then you try to peel your upper body back. Take a big breath in. Take a big breath out. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, fold over your legs, hands plant. Inhale, half lift, find some length. As you exhale, fold over your legs, plant your hands, and then you decide how do you want to get back to downward facing dog. Maybe you just hold your plank strong. Maybe you lower down, find that chaturanga, and then your up dog. And then we all meet back together in downward facing dog. From this downward facing dog, inhale, lift your right leg up high. Exhale, step your right foot up in between your hands and pause here. Push down through your feet. Tune into your hips. Pull your right hip back, push your left hip forward. Pull your belly in. Next inhale, lift your chest, lift your arms, high lunge. So as you lift yourself up, check in with that right foot, decide if it needs to wiggle walk out to the right, and then tune back into your hips. Pull your right hip back, push your left hip forward. Take a big giant breath in. And as you exhale, take this back heel, left heel, spin it to the ground. Turn your upper body, reach your arms in opposite directions for warrior two. Shoulders away from your ears. Fingertips reaching equally in opposite directions. Keep that bend in your right knee, then steer your right knee towards your pinky toe. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Freeze your lower body where it is. Flip your right palm to the ceiling. Inhale, reverse. Right arm goes up, maybe all the way over your head. Let your left finger slide down your left leg. Keep the bend in your right knee. Take one more breath in. As you exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the ground. Frame your right foot and lift your left heel, and then take that flow back. So maybe it's a plank, maybe you lower down. Maybe you find that cobra or up dog. Maybe your hips just go up and back, and you land in downward facing dog. And then we go to the other side. So inhale, lift your left leg up high. And as you exhale, step your left foot in between your hands. Pause here. Press down through your feet. Pull your belly in. Left hip back, right hip forward. Next inhale, body, arms up. High lunge. And maybe your left foot needs to wiggle walk out to the left. Left hip is still pulling back. Right hip is still pulling forward. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, right heel down to the ground. Rotate your upper body. Reach the arms apart. Back in that warrior two. So left knee over your left ankle. And then left knee steers towards your left pinky toe. Shoulders away from your ears. Fingertips reaching in opposite directions. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Freeze your lower body. Flip your left palm to the ceiling. Inhale, reverse. Left arm goes up. Maybe all the way over your head. Keep the bend in your left knee. And no weight in these right fingers. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, cartwheel your hands to the ground. And then just step to the top of your mat and land in a forward fold. Inhale, find a half lift. Exhale, fold. Heel toe your feet apart, hips width distance. Pull your belly in, bend in the knees, roll yourself up to standing. Head comes up last. When you get up there, fingertips reach forward. And then this time, send all of the weight into your big toe. So you're trying to pop your heels up as high as possible. And if you fall, you fall. But this is awkward part two. So you lift your heels up as high as possible. Maybe you stay right here. Or maybe you pull your belly in and start to bend your knees. So this time we're trying to sit into a bar stool instead of a tiny, tiny chair. Tailbone down to the ground. Belly button up and in, shoulders over your hips. Super strong, solid legs. Heels keep popping up and lifting up higher. Shoulders away from the ears, crown of the head to the head. Crown of the head to the ceiling, not crown of the head to the head. That doesn't make any sense. On your next inhale, let your heels drop and take a big reach up. Exhale, fold, hands come down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold over your legs, plant your hands. You take your trip back to downward facing dog. So maybe you find that lower, maybe you find that cobra or up dog, but we all meet together in downward facing dog. And then we do those shapes we did again. So inhale, right leg lifts high. Exhale, right foot steps forward. This time as you inhale, everything lifts, high lunge. And then as you exhale, left heel down, open up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse, right arm goes up and over. Exhale, hands down to the ground, frame your right foot, take yourself back to downward facing dog. Maybe you do that lower down. Maybe you find that back bend. Maybe your hips just go up and back. Other side, inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, left foot steps forward. Push down through your feet. Inhale, lift everything up, high lunge. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse, left arm goes up and over. Exhale, hands come down to the ground. Step your right foot to your left, meet in a forward fold. Inhale, half lift, find some length. Exhale, fold over your legs. Separate your feet about hips width distance apart. Put a bend in your knees, pull your belly in, slowly roll yourself up to standing. So here's where that like straight hot 26 part comes in. And we do some static balance poses. So when you make your way up to the top, find that place where you feel like you can spread your weight evenly across your feet. Next inhale, take your arms up and overhead, palms touch. Find your right arm swinging under your left. Maybe cross at your elbows, catch your shoulders. Maybe keep wrapping, cross at your forearms, cross at your wrists, bring your palms together. Send the weight back to your heels, put a bend in your knees, pick up your right leg, swing it across. So maybe the right foot lifts up and tries to wrap behind the left calf. Maybe that right toe stays on the ground. It doesn't matter what it looks like. What matters is that you feel compression. You feel things squeezing towards each other. So inner thighs and knees squeeze towards each other. Hands, arms, and wrists squeeze towards each other. Pull your elbows down, but at the same time lift your chest up. Take a big breath in. Take a big breath out. And then release. Next inhale, feet plant. Arms go up overhead, palms touch. Find your left arm swinging under your right. Cross at your elbows, catch your shoulders, or keep wrapping. Cross at forearms, cross at wrists. Send the weight back into your heels. Put a bend in your knees. Pick up your left leg this time. Left leg, up and over. Maybe it's that full wrap, maybe the toe stays touched down. Wherever you are, send more weight back into your right heel. Maybe see if you can bend your right knee a little bit more. Maybe your left hip can pull back so two hips can pull into one line. And then you squeeze everything into the center line of your body. Take a big breath in. Take a big breath out. And next inhale, release. Feet plant, arms overhead, palms touch. Arms come down by your side. Next, we're going to do a standing leg raise. So send some weight over to your left foot. And then just pick up your right leg. Maybe it's 90 degrees. Maybe hands come to your hips. Maybe you catch your knee. Maybe you grab under your knee. Maybe you reach for your right big toe. Maybe that right leg extends out in front of you. If that leg extends out, think about pulling your right shoulder, right hip back into its socket. Check in with your left hip. Feel that it's over your left knee. Take a big giant breath in. And then whatever you have on the right side, just send it out to the right. Maybe that right knee has to bend. And again, check in with your left hip. Left hip over your left knee. Left big toe rooted to the ground. Belly pulled up and in. Take a breath in. As you exhale, whatever you have on the right comes back to center. And before you put it down, take your hands to your hips. See if you can send that right leg out straight. And then can you point your right big toe? And then look at your right big toe and ask it very nicely to lift up a little bit higher. And then release, let your right foot land. Shift some weight over to the right side, maybe roll out your left foot, left ankle. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So we really root down through the right, and we pick up the left leg. Maybe it's in 90 degrees, maybe hands or hips, maybe hands on the knee, under the knee. Maybe you grab the big toe. Maybe the left leg extends. Maybe left hip, left shoulder, pull back into their socket. And you feel really rooted in this right leg. Belly up and in, shoulders away from the ears. Take a big giant breath in. As you exhale, whatever you have on the left goes out to the left. Feel that your right hip is over your right knee. Keep rooting down through your right big toe. Find one unmoving thing to focus on. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, left knee comes back to center, left leg comes back to center, and before you put it down, hands to your hips. Left leg extends. Maybe left big toe points. And then you see, can your leg lift a little bit higher? Release, set your left foot next to your right. Take a moment, take a breath in. Take a breath out. One more standing balance pose. It's gonna be standing bow or dancer, depending on where you have your chest. So we're gonna center the weight between both feet. Bend your right elbow at your waist, palm faces up. And then take your right hand back, bend your right leg, and find your grip. So inside big toe side of your right foot or ankle, so that the soft part of your elbow points over to the side wall. And when you have your grip, knees come back together. Left arm goes up by your ear. As you inhale, take a big reach and stretch up. As you exhale, kick back into your right hand. So maybe your chest is lifted and you just try to kick that right leg up and back behind you. Try to channel like a wine glass shape. Or maybe you roll your abdomen down. And as you roll your abdomen down, your left finger shoot forward. And then you create this sensation of reaching forward and kicking back. Everything on the right side back behind you. Left shoulder pulls in front of you. Left leg is your anchor. Really root down through your left big toe. Take one more big breath in. And as you exhale, kick into your right hand to come out. Both feet land. Left arm comes down by your side. Cycle through your breath. Breath in. Breath out. We go to the other side. So left elbow bends at your waist, left palm up. Take your left hand, send it back as you find your grip. Inside, big toe side of your left foot or ankle. When you have that grip, the knees come back together, and the right arm comes up by your ear. Really reach down for your right big toe. As you inhale, reach up, stretch up. And as you exhale, kick. Keep that chest lifted if you want. Or maybe roll the belly button down, the chest rolls down too. Right fingers are reaching and stretching forward or maybe up towards the ceiling. Everything on the left side moves back behind you. Left shoulder behind you, left knee behind you, left foot behind you. Reach and stretch, reach and kick. Equal opposite directions, one unmoving thing to focus on. Take one more big breath in. As you exhale, kick into your hand to come out. Both feet together, arms down by your side. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. So the rest of our standing poses in Hot 26, we're just going to take all together in a big flow. We're just checking in, making sure everyone's still there. No more chaturangas for you, unless you want them, but I'm not going to put them in. So from the top of your mat, feet rooted, planted. Inhale, take a big reach up. Exhale, fold forward, fingers come down to the ground. Inhale, half lift, find some length through your spine. Exhale, fold over your legs. And this time as you inhale, lift your chest and lift your left leg. So you're lifting yourself up into a little supported, airplane supported warrior three. It can stay supported with your fingers down, or if you want to work on balance, maybe one hand comes to your heart. Maybe switch out the hands. Maybe two hands come to your heart. Maybe arms go alongside your body. If you have the space, maybe your fingertips shoot forward. You find that interlaced grip like balancing stick. Root down through your right big toe. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, put a bend in your knee and take a big step back into warrior two. So the heel lands, body opens, arms reach apart. And then on your next inhale, turn the right toes the same direction as your left. Arms go up and overhead, big breath in. And exhale, hinge at your hips and fold. And maybe you just take a moment here with your head below your heart to let your heart rate slow down. Maybe you find some movement, knees bend right and left. Maybe you let your head shake yes and no. Maybe you find that grip from Hot 26, so reaching for your heels and pulling your body down. Take a big breath in. Take a big breath out. Whatever grip you have, gently let go of it. Arms come out to the side, pull your belly in, inhale, lift everything back up. Little star pose. Exhale, warrior two, right toes turn out. Inhale, reverse, right arm goes up and over. Exhale, windmill your body, bring your torso, but bring your right elbow in front of your right knee and let your left fingers reach to the ceiling. So it kind of looks like side angle, but really it's Hot 26 triangle. So there's no weight in this right elbow, no weight on the right fingertips. Use your right elbow to push the right knee back. Push back through the pinky side edge of your left foot. Keep your belly button pulled up and in. Find length through your spine. Reach the crown of your head towards the front of the room. Maybe your eye gaze goes up towards your left thumb. Take a big breath in. Take a big breath out. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, hands come down to the ground. Frame your right foot. Turn your left toes the same direction as your right. Hop your left foot up and out to the left. Both feet planted. Inhale, reach the crown of your head towards the front of your space. Exhale, lay your body over your right leg. Pyramid pose. Feel that stretch down the back of your right leg. Right leg can definitely be working towards straight. It does not have to be straight. And if you would like more, pull your right toes back towards your shin. So a little flex through the right foot if you want. Take a big breath in and out. And next inhale. Both feet step together, find a half lift. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, big reach all the way up and overhead. And we're back for the other side. Exhale, fold, hands come down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. This time as you inhale, lift your chest, lift your right leg. Back to that supported airplane, supported warrior three. Hands can stay down. Hands can come to your heart. Arms can go alongside your body. Arms can come out in front of your body. You decide what you need, but your belly button stays pulled up and in. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, bend in the left knee, step back into warrior two. Gently turn your body, arms reach apart. Next inhale, turn your left toe, same direction as your right. Big inhale, puff up. And then exhale, hinge and fold. Hi. Hands can come down to the ground, they can stay there. They could reach for your heels and pull, Arms gonna come up over your head. Take a big breath in. Take a big breath out. Gently release any grip that you've taken, arms out to your side. Inhale, everything lifts. Exhale, warrior two, left toes turn out, bend your left knee. Inhale, reverse, left arm comes up and over. Exhale, you just move your torso, left elbow to the inside of your left knee, right fingertips reach to the ceiling. So we're trying not to hang out on the thigh. We're trying not to let the fingers touch the ground. Left arm hovers, and this left elbow pushes the knee away. Push back through the pinky side edge of your right foot. Eyes can be down to the side wall, maybe up towards your right thumb. Belly up and in. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, hands come down. Frame your left foot. Turn your right toe same direction as your left. Hop your right foot up and out to the right. Both feet connected to the ground. Inhale, find some length. Exhale, fold over your left leg. Maybe you just stay right here. Or maybe you pull those left toes back toward your shin. You flex your left foot. More stretch. Take a big breath in. Take a big breath out. Next inhale, the feet step together, half lift. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, reach all the way up and overhead. Exhale, arms down by your side. One more thing to do standing is a tree pose of your choice. So we're gonna send some weight over to the left foot, and you have two options. You can pick up that right leg, you can put the right foot on your ankle, on your calf, on your thigh, or you can scoop up your right foot from underneath with your left hand, bring that heel high into the center of your body, and slide that foot over to the top of your thigh. Right sole of the foot up towards the ceiling. Maybe one hand comes to heart center. Maybe two hands come to heart center. Reach your tailbone down to the ground, keep your belly button pulled up and in. Shoulders away from your ears. If you're feeling led to, arms can go different places. Your branches could go out, up, to the side to side, whatever feels good. Find one unmoving thing to focus on. Take one more big breath in. As you exhale, let your right foot find the ground. Send that weight over to your right foot. And then we're gonna do that tree pose on the left. So again, you can pick up your left foot and put it on your ankle, on your calf, on your thigh. Or you could pick up that left foot from underneath with your right hand, pull that heel into the center of your body, slide your heel to the top of your right thigh, let the left sole of the foot roll up. Left knee rolls down. One hand or both hands can come to heart center. So you bring both hands to heart center if that foot can stay there without sliding, without untucking your tailbone. Really root down through your right foot, lift up and out of your waist. If you have that foot on the thigh, on the calf, on the ankle, feel your foot push into your leg and your leg push into your foot. Keep your belly button pulled up and in. Take one more big breath in. As you exhale, gently let go of your left leg, set it next to your right. And then as you inhale, take a big reach and stretch up overhead. Exhale, arms come down, take a fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold over, plant the hands. Inhale, high plank. Push through your big toes, send your shoulders forward, and then slow as you can, lower yourself all the way down to your belly. Elbows bend straight back. Slow, lower, all the way down. Take a moment here. So maybe just let your palms stack one on top of the other. Bring your forehead to the back of your hands. Take a moment to breathe. Not a long moment. So like how 26, we did some stuff standing. We'll do some stuff on the floor. We'll do some back bends, heart openers. We'll do some leg stretches, some cool down stuff, and then you'll be good to go. So from this place right here, gently lift your forehead away from your hands. Bring your chin to the center of your mat. Take your palms, bring them underneath of your shoulders. Tips of the fingers in line with the tips of the shoulders. And then bring your toes and heels as close to each other as is comfortable. Try to zip up your legs. Really push the tops of your feet into the mat so much your knees lift off the ground. Hug your elbows into your body. Exhale all the air out of your lungs. And on an inhale, let your low back lift you up. So yes, you have 3 points of contact with the ground, but push through 2 of them instead of all 3 of them. Push through your feet, push through your hips. Hands are just there for stability, but your back is doing the work. So you could lift your hands up and you would still stay lifted. Hug the elbows into your body, reach the elbows back. See if you can pull your chest through. Take one more big breath in. As you exhale, let yourself lower down, chin touches. Turn your eye gaze over to the right, left ear on the mat, arms alongside your body, heels flop open. Bring your chin back to the center of your mat. From right here, flip your hands over. Let your fingerprints touch the mat, not your fingernails. And again, bring your toes and heels as close to each other as possible. So we're going to take 1 point of contact away. Exhale all the air out of your lungs. And on your inhale, lift your upper body, lift your lower body. Leave your hands on the ground. And this time, use your hands. So push through your hands, push through your hips. Squeeze your shoulder blades in toward your spine. Use your glutes to squeeze the legs together. Lift your toes up, lift your upper body up. Take one more big breath in, lift up, fly up. And then exhale, lower down. Let your chin touch. Flip your hand over, turn your eye gaze to the left, right here on the mat. So we had 3 points of contact. We had 2 points of contact. So logic would stand that now we're just going to have 1 point of contact. So as you're ready, bring your chin back to the center of your mat. Take your arms out from your shoulders like a capital letter T. Bring your toes and heels together as close as comfortable. Exhale all the air out of your lungs. And on your next inhale, lift everything. Chest, arms, legs. Like a little airplane taking off. Everything comes into the center line of your body, so the glutes help squeeze the legs together, toes lift up in line with the crown of your head. Back of the hands, help lift the arms up, shoulder blades squeeze into your spine, shoulders roll away from your ears. Maybe you lift up, go up, fly up 1 more inch. And then release, lower down. Chin touches. And maybe again, you just pull those hands in, stack the palms, and bring your forehead to the back of your hands. If you're feeling any tension, tightness in your low back, now might be a time where maybe you wiggle the hips from side to side. Or maybe you bend your knees and windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Gently lift your forehead away from your hands. Take your hands under your shoulders. Press yourself up towards tabletop. And then take your hands, walk them back towards your knees so that you can sit hips to heels. So we have 1 more hard opener back that we're going to do before we start moving into some cool down stretches for the legs. Our last back bend's camel pose. So we're going to lift the hips away from the heels, stand on the knees. Knees open at least hip width distance, that's like 2 fists between your knees. Hands to your low back like you're putting them in little jean pockets. Use your hands to press your hips forward. Lift your heart up and then drop your head back. You're already in camel pose, you don't have to do anything else. If dropping your eye gaze back creates some anxiety, chin to chest, heart up, back of the head back. If you can drop your eye gaze back, walk your eye gaze across the ceiling of your space towards the back of the room, and then maybe drop 1 hand to your heel, maybe 2 hands to your heel. When you have that grip, push away from your feet, and then keep pushing your hips towards the front of your space. Push down through your feet, push down through your shins, push your hips forward. Shoulders squeeze in towards each other. Take 1 more big breath in. As you exhale, hands come back to your low back if they've left. Whole body lifts up. And then gently sit your hips down to your heels. When you allow yourself to come back to the seated position, if it's okay, let your eyes fall closed. Maybe just let your hands rest on your thighs, on your knees. And take a moment to cycle through your breath. So pausing here for a moment to allow the spine to kind of reposition itself, realign itself. Allowing your heart rate a moment to slow back down. And allowing any thoughts or feelings that came up in that shape to make themselves known and then just kind of move on through. If your eyes have fallen closed, gently blink them open. Walk your hands out in front of you, shift your way forward, find that tabletop. Tuck the toes under, maybe slide the knees back, and then lift the hips up high, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, push through your hands, and on your next inhale, lift your right leg up high. As you exhale, take your right knee in towards your right wrist. Let your right foot drop underneath your left hip, reach the left toes back. Push down through your hands, lift your body up, and then if it's okay, maybe you start a fold over. Maybe come to hands, maybe to forearms, maybe your forehead comes down. Finding this half pigeon variation that works for you. If laying on top of your leg is too much sensation for your right knee, you can always roll over, cross your right ankle over your left thigh. You pull the left knee in if you would like, push the right knee away. Still creating that same shape, that same space, just with less of your body weight on top of your knee. If you're in the variation where you're laying on top of your leg, Maybe with every exhale, see if you can let your body weight become a little heavier. See if that extra weight of your body helps create some more space along the right side. Allowing your breath to maybe slow down here. So maybe intentionally trying to lengthen your exhales. If you're folded over, laying over your right leg, let those hands walk back in towards your body. Use your hands to press and lift your torso up. Tuck the left toes and send the right leg up and back behind you. If it feels good, move your right leg around. Maybe you bend and extend it. Maybe you find circles. If you're in that variation lying on your back, maybe you just uncross your foot from your leg and you windshield wiper the legs from side to side. Let your right foot find the ground as you're ready. And if you're in down dog, your next inhale picks up your left leg. And your next exhale sends the left knee in towards your left wrist. Left foot under your right hip, right toes reach back. If you're lying on your back, you just change the cross of your legs. If you're in this lying down, laying over your leg half pigeon, use your hands to press and lift your torso up. And then with a long spine, maybe take that fold forward. So maybe coming down to the hands. Maybe bending the elbows, letting the forearms come down. Maybe sliding the hands forward and letting the forehead come down. Allowing the weight of your body to create more space over on the left side. Or if you're rolled over, left ankle's over your right thigh and you're trying to pull the right knee in and you maybe push the left knee away. Finding the variation that works best for your body. If you're laying over on top of your left leg, let those hands start to walk back towards your body. Use your hands to press and lift your torso up. Root the hands, tuck the right toes, lift the left leg up and back behind you. And maybe you move that left leg around. If you're lying on your back, maybe again you uncross the foot and windshield wiper the legs if that felt good. Doing what you need here. And your left foot finds the ground when you're ready. And the next space we will occupy all together is a seated position with legs out in front of you. So if you're lying on your back, you just gotta roll yourself up. If you're in down dog, you can walk the feet forward, you can hop them forward, the knees could drop, feet could go to the side, feet could come out in front of you. Doesn't matter, as long as you find your way here. When you find your way to the seat, let your right leg stay out long, and then bend your left leg, let the sole of your left foot come to your right thigh. Feel like both sit bones are rooted into the earth. As you inhale, take your arms, reach them up and overhead. As you exhale, a little twist to the right, fold over your right leg. And your fold could be many things. So it's a word that could mean many different things. Your right knee could definitely have a bend in it. You could take this more rounded. So maybe around through the spine, maybe the elbows bend and the forearms come down towards the earth. Maybe you reach for that right foot like Hot 26 and you try to pull your chin towards your shin as you fold forward. You get to decide. Wherever you are though, see if you can take that left shoulder and roll it down. So you square your torso over your right leg. Lift your body up. Bring the sole of your right foot in to meet the sole of your left foot, so knees out wide, and then slide your heels in as close to your body as is comfortable. When you find that comfortable space, again, feel like your sit bones are rooted. Push the feet together, sit up really tall, take a breath in. And as you exhale, maybe start to pitch your body forward. So maybe again, it's a more flat back fold. Maybe you allow yourself to round, maybe those fingers walk out in front of you. You're looking for a stretch through the inner thigh. So as soon as you find that stretch, hang there, and then breathe through it. Gently lift yourself up. Let your right leg stay where it is. Let your left leg reach out long. So the left leg reaches out long. Sole the right foot into your left thigh. Feel like your sit bones are rooted. Inhale, take the arms, reach them up. As you exhale, it's a little twist to the left, and then fold over your left leg. Again, you get to the side. Rounded. Maybe forearms down. Maybe you reach for your foot. Maybe you find some length and you think chin toward your shin. Wherever you are, try to roll your right shoulder down. 2 shoulders and 1 leg. Gently lift your body up. And then allow your right leg to stretch out long to meet your left. So both legs out long again. And here we're gonna do one more forward fold. So if you are in a position where your hamstrings really are tight, are angry, they don't like to stretch a lot, maybe put a bend in your knees, maybe even thread your arms under your legs and fold over your legs this way. So that gives a little more cushion for the legs so it's not as intense. If your legs are cool, maybe you take those arms up, take a big breath in, and you take a fold out forward. Again, it could be a bend at the elbows and around. It could be a reach for your feet. If you have a block nearby and your legs are a little on the more bendy side, maybe that block comes behind your feet and you reach around the block. So you get to decide what you want this forward fold to look like. And gently lift your body up. Maybe take the hands back behind you and scoot your booty up a little bit. Pull your belly in and slowly lower yourself all the way down to your back. When you come all the way down to your back, send the feet just straight up into the air for a little inversion. So a little waterfall pose right here. If you have a block handy, you could put the feet down just for a moment so you can lift the hips and put a block underneath your sacrum, flat part of your low back, and this could be a restorative position. You could let your low back sink into the ground and the legs lift up. If you have an inversion practice that includes shoulder stand, you can do it safely. That's an option. Just giving yourself a moment to kind of shift perspective. Maybe just a moment to let your legs hang in the air, to feel suspended. Know that your legs definitely don't have to be stick straight here. We don't want them to work hard to be in the air. We just want them to be in the air. Allowing your body to start to make this trip into wind down town. Can't resist a good rhyme, a good pun. From this place right here, take one more big breath in. As you exhale, start to lower yourself down if you're not already there. When your low back touches the ground, let the bend in your knees increase. Knees pull down in towards your chest. And then with your knees together, let your knees rock over to the right. So knees rock over to the right for a little twist. Maybe the knees just stack one on top of the other. Maybe you pick up your left leg and wrap it over your right. Let your shoulders be heavy on the ground. Maybe your right hand comes to the top of your left knee. Maybe your left arm reaches out to the side. And maybe your eye gaze goes that same direction. Gently lift both knees back into the center of your chest. And with your knees together, let them drop over to the left. So taking that supine twist to the other side. Again, maybe the knees just stack. Maybe your right goes over your left. Right shoulder, both shoulders stay back on the ground. Maybe left hand comes to rest on top of your right knee. Maybe your eye gaze goes out towards your right fingertips. Gently let your knees pull back into the center of your shape, center of your space. And give yourself one last hug. So maybe the forearms wrap across the top of your shins. Maybe you just give yourself a squeeze. Maybe it's little rocks from side to side or forwards and backwards. Maybe you find ball pose. You squeeze yourself in as tight as possible. Try to contract as many things as possible. Wherever you are, just take one more big breath in. And as you exhale, let yourself land in your final shape. So maybe it's Shavasana, heels and toes out, arms by your side, palms up. Maybe it's Supta Baddha Konasana, feet together, knees out wide. Maybe you find some other comfortable position. Just allow yourself to find a place to rest. And I encourage you to rest here for as long as you need, as long as you can. Thank you so much for tuning in, for being here, for being a part of these live stream classes. Know that we're doing our best to bring them to you as often as possible. We'll have 2 on tomorrow, one at 9 a.m. with Becca, one at 12 p.m. with Sky. I'll put up the official schedule on our socials. So we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for being here.